There's different types of homebrewers. There's guys who repeat the same recipe over and over again and try to perfect it. And then there's people who kind of do a different style every week. We brew quite a lot, so we do a mixture of both.
What came first, the brewer or the beer? Did it all begin with a biochemical chain reaction fueled by yeast? Or was it a person who first drank it and declared, I gotta make more of this?
My profession is a software engineer. I work for an aerospace company.
I went to law school and I'm still trying to pass the bar in California.
I'm a nuclear pharmacist. I compound radioactive drugs and dispense them to hospitals for diagnostic imaging.
I started brewing with Heather back in college, and I think like most people in college, you think this is a great way to make cheap beer if you're only looking at ingredients. But when you start including all the equipment, the bottles, and everything else, that becomes quite expensive.
The upfront cost to start a home brewery begins at around $100. Brewers can save money by teaming up on shared brew systems.
This is a wheat grain, so because we're making a hef, it's mainly a wheat beer. There's a hole on the bottom and it's circulating through in the pumps, pumping it back up through this apparatus here, which has a heating element and a temperature sensor, and it's dumping the water back in.
In brewing, it's all about hitting the right temperature at the right time. Good beers live and die by this interplay, as do the brewer's reputation who choreograph it.
I don't think we've ever had undrinkable beer. Our friends seem to drink our beer regardless.
Well, it's free beer,
They don't discriminate very much.
Good as the grain.
Does that look good to you?
Looks looking good to me. Look at that color coming out.
Yeah.
I like it.
This is gonna be a nice golden color.
We're a little hot right now. Yeah, that's fine. Now's the time for a beer. Do you want one?
The homebrewing community in general is very social. Where we are right here in the Mission, so people are trying to coin it like, homebrew district pretty much. People talk in bars, and you introduce yourself to someone and hey, they're another brewer. So I think there's been an explosion of different opportunities for people, be it where they buy their equipment, where they get their information. Really, you have $100, you have a fermenter, be it a plastic bucket, a pot, and a kit. And that's really all you need.
We aspire to go pro. And part of it is like networking and knowing who is making beer out there in San Francisco. Real estate's really expensive. People who are like us, we want to open our own brewery, but you gotta be kind of business savvy with it. The dangerous part. Dun, dun, dun. So now this is called wort. After the hot water steeps the grain, it pulls off all the sugars. My pump is not pumping as fast as it should be. It's on like full open. I did forget the rice hulls. Is it going? Turn it on and see what happens. Now we're totally clogged. No? That's the clogged pump. There you go.
There. Oh, I like that.
There you go.
Good.
There you go.
Turn it back on.
All right.
Oh.
There we go. Success.
So I like the color on this.
Two basic chemical reactions are responsible for beer color. When amino acids react with the reducing sugar, it creates browning, known as the Maillard reaction. The other reaction is caramelization, when the sugars extracted from the spent grain actually begin to decompose.
Our long-term goals are to open a brewery at some point. If we can find the right opportunity, we'll jump on it. A lot of people, think, hey, I can brew on a homebrew scale, and then that should be easy to jump to a commercial scale. And while yes, the process is the same, the equipment is very different. It's much more dangerous on a commercial scale. Instead of 5 gallons of boiling liquid, you're dealing with 500 gallons of boiling liquid.
Part of being like a home brewer and becoming a brewer is being more consistent. That's huge. You may create this amazing beer, but then that's it. You can never have it ever again.
People don't look to me, usually as a brewer, they see me around and they think I'm just a groupie. And I think I surprise people when I tell them, oh, actually, I brewed that beer you're drinking. There's usually a lot of people coming in and out of the brew space just because we're in a popular neighborhood and we attract a lot of visitors, ongoers, lookers.
I've seen them thrown out in Tornado several times.
You've seen Brewing is such a friendly activity and hobby. people are so interested in learning and seeing what you're doing, and it's great talking to people in the neighborhood, and these are your neighbors. These are people that live in San Francisco.
Ben Franklin once said, "Beer is proof that God loves us and wants us to be happy." Although it's doubtful that brewers' deeds are God's work, it could be argued that beer might just make for a happier world.